Hello guys, and welcome to Lotus Operations. And the scenario is China has attacked. We have all been scattered from our cities. We're trying to find some quick emergency shelters to tactically build in an environment until we can make it back to our new actual structure. And in this video, you're going to learn how you can make a quick tactical structure that you can just dig in the ground and, well, you didn't curl all the way in there, but you can be able to hide underneath the ground in a structure that will also keep you protected from the environment. So just join me and learn how you can build one of these in a situation. Good morning, campers, and welcome to Lotus Operations. And today we get to actually film our next video based on y'all's votes, and with a total of 7 votes that came in this time, tactical structures slash construction won the vote. So today we are going to be building a emergency shelter, as I call them, a quick emergency shelter, to where you can make a temporary shelter just by digging a hole into the ground, covering over with whether it's wood, material, cloth, parachutes, pallets, whatever you can find around you, depending upon the area that you are in. And then you can make yourself a quick structure that you can survive in until you build yourself a more permanent one. So let's get digging. The first thing you need to do is scout out your environment. What you want to try to look for is an area where it's going to be easy to dig, because you may not have shovels with you at all times unless you prep for that. So if you don't have shovels, get a stick, sharpen it up with a knife if you have a knife, and you can use that as a digging tool. But if you can find an area that's already got hills going down, from the flat surface going down, then it helps to speed up your process, because you want to dig at least 18 inches deep, approximately from your fingertips to your elbow at the minimum, so that your temperatures can be nice and cool for you under the structure. And you want to dig to the length of your body if possible, and maybe double the width, or depends upon the type of cover you're able to find to use. Unless you're cutting it out of tree branches, then you can go whatever size you need to. And then you're going to dig down, and then you can use the dirt to help cover the tops of your structures. So we're going to clear this off, and we are going to begin digging. And today I have Zaptron Studios with me. And today I have Zaptron Studios with me, helping me out so we can speed up this process for today's video. Okay, once you get your top layer of leaves cleared off, if you are in a leaf environment, you can use them for camouflage purposes. Begin to dig basically the size of the area you want. So we are going to start digging. Okay, you get that side.
It's not a realistic situation when people just walk.
This will be soft.
Wait, pick me up with the shovel.
Stop.
Wait, pick me up with the shovel. Ew! Ah!
And here we are about halfway down. We've got this marked out to fit his body. So don't throw the dirt everywhere, Johnny. We need the dirt. You're throwing it too hard. So it's about this length. We got the outside marked. So now we're going to clear it down, and then we'll get the tarp on top. Okay, campers, and if you're wondering where I am doing this at, I am teaching y'all from the Survival, Evasion, and Recovery Survival Manual, which is on my website, free to download for anybody around. But we are at Chapter 6, Personal Protection. Now, the video that we are going to be utilizing for this is this type of thing. It's called a snow trench because you usually build these in the snow and use the snow as insulation. But this can be used for any environment, whether leaves, jungle, whatever. But you're just going to need to change the top that covers your trench to protect you from your environments. Now, normally, like I said, you use sticks, and you use the foliage from the trees, whatever you're doing, and then you put the snow on top. But we are going to be utilizing a tarp, because you can use a tarp, pieces of tin, pieces of plywood, broken down pallets, whatever you can find to cover the top to create this environment. And then you're going to cover it with whatever tactical camouflage you can find around you, and some form of insulation to help keep you good to go. So Chapter 6 from this book, if you want to download the survival guide to have your own manual so you can learn how to do stuff like this. And here we are. We basically got the hole at the depth. He's just cleaning out the bottom to make it look a little bit smoother. And then we're going to get the tarp on top, cover it over so you can see what the final result's going to look like. Okay, guys, we've got our hole dug. We're going to grab our demonstration tarp that we found in the environment. because like I said, it depends upon when things collapse, where you're at, stuff like that. You'll find different things to cover your structure that you've dug to protect yourself. So everybody's structures will be different, but the ideal and the principle is the same. So let's get this covered. Okay, everybody, as you can see, the hole is dug to 18 inches at the minimum, maybe slightly less than that, but for the video purposes, we are just going to stop here. I think it's around 16 inches, you know, 2 inches is really not gonna make that much of a difference. But I found my sticks to help reinforce the tarp, in which we're gonna be utilizing for this video purposes. But like I said, in a survival situation, depending upon your environment and what is around you, it may vary from pieces of wood to pallets to tree limbs to rocks to tarps, pieces of plastic. Whatever you can find to make a roof will work in this situation. So let's get the sticks and let's begin to start reinforcing the roof.
You had no lock screen, so that means when I turned it, it wouldn't turn back. Ducks.
Fortunately.
Hey, what do you have to say right now?
All this is in here.
So, how is it definitely woods? This is the woods, guys. This is the woods.
Simulation.
This is our simulation. We got a very long post.
I know, right?
It's on 0.5 zoom.
Just no zoom at all. Okay?
No, but it's at its widest angle.
Yeah, you shouldn't even be in. Okay, guys. So once you got your sticks on the top, now this is demonstration purposes only, but I recommend in an actual situation find thicker sticks, preferably like the middle one, so you have as much structural strength as possible. And
I was literally walking with this around my waist.
And over and go. Hello guys, and welcome back to Lotus Operations. And so here we are, we got the tarp on, and we are going to begin to cover the edges of the tarp to help hold it down, and then we are going to cover the top with the leaves to create your temporary emergency structure. Now the leaves.
Yay, leave.
Okay guys, so once you get a thin layer of dirt over your structure, now if you got better support, then you can do more dirt. So, but because we don't have an extremely strong structural support due to our limited resources around us, we are just going to do a thin layer and we're going to put the leaves over it, but still the principle and the ideal is still the same. The leaves over the whole thing. Let's get
I can barely even see it.
Yeah.
No joke, it's actually starting to turn invisible.
And now, come the test run. But basically, guys, this is what it would look like. But of course, you'll build it to your own situation. So, but this is basically the whole principle. You climb inside, you curl up, you stay warm.
Straight up out of a horror movie.
I know, right?
No, but like, sticks, like...
Don't break them because you're going to weaken the top. Just stick them up above the other ones if necessary. But as you can see, you can't even tell that there's a structure here on this side.
Look, guys, look, there's structure right here.
And Johnny Zaptron Studios is going to be, of course, 18 inches would be a lot more to climb into.
I can't climb any farther.
So don't think about it. Rotate around. Try not to push up too much. And this is Zaptron Studios, the very first one to test out the structure. Keep turning. Okay, guys. Well, here's your final structure here. This is what it basically looks like, but of course, I did not dig it deep enough, long enough, so he wasn't able to comfortably lay all the way in there. So good rule of thumb, always lay in your structure before you cover it over to make sure it will comfortably fit you before you cover it up. But this is the ideal that, Johnny, you can get out now if you want to. But this is the ideal is that you can be able to climb underneath the ground, but still be fully concealed and hidden away to where it does not look like there is anything there in the environment. so that you can hide from your adversaries, or even if you're hunting or whatever you're trying to do. And thank you for your participation.
That'll be $25.
And then you still have your structure, which goes underneath the ground to keep you cool in the environment. So, well guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial, even though we had a couple of failures in here, but the ideal and the principle is still the same. Dig a hole, make sure you measure your body out to that it will fit you comfortably before you cover it up. Have a good, strong roof-like system so you can be able to support the dirt and the stuff that you are being able to support above you. And then camouflage it with whatever you have in your environment. And then you will be able to make a good, quick, temporary structure that you can use, whether it's for a day, 2 days, a week, until either A, you build your permanent structure, or if you're on the go, then you just leave it behind, head to your next zone area, wherever you're trying to travel to, build your next one, and continue on from there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and feel free to vote on the next survival video, and many more on the way, many options, but you all are the one who votes on what is next to be filmed. Lotus Operations out, Zaptron Studios out, and I hope y'all had fun. Go! Destruction time! Boom! And then, before you leave your environment, always destroy your structure so it doesn't look like man-made, if you want to. Cover your tracks.